Asah Dudes, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the 92 F1 build. I know we haven't really made a video on this thing in a little bit, but it's mostly been sitting and there's just been debris and random stuff piled around the truck. But tomorrow the truck's actually going to wiring. That's what we've kind of been waiting on. So now we got to get everything ready for the truck to actually go tomorrow. We got a few things done with the dash, which I'm about to show you, and we have to get some more parts on the truck before it actually goes there. So let me kind of give you an idea of what we have to do to get this truck ready to go tomorrow. The front of the truck is pretty much ready to go to wiring. None of the glass is going to be on the truck because it really doesn't need to be, and we might have it painted while the truck's getting wired. As far as the motor, the intake is off of it because at the back of the motor we have the camshaft position sensor, and with the intake on, since we push the motor so far back in the truck, it's hard to get the connector on there once the intake's already on there. So we're going to leave that off and we're going to put the intake on once it's already wired. As far as headlights and everything, we have all that ready, but we are missing something major down here, and that is steering. The reason the steering's all apart right now, one reason is because of this right here. We got a new pitman arm for it. This is made by Ryan Hubera, so thank you, Ryan. That's got to go on the truck. And Ryan's also making us some new bushings for the swingers. They're going to be bronze instead of the rubber. The reason we're doing that is because on Christian's truck, after last trip, we checked the bushings, and they're rubber bushings, and they were super worn and wobbling in the mount itself. So we're going to bypass that whole problem and just go with bronze bushings. Those should be a lot better. Those bushings should be here today, so we'll be able to get that steering together probably sometime tonight. The pitman arm can go on now, but just the swingers have to wait. So once those bushings get here, that'll all be ready to go. Before I move to the inside, I kind of want to just talk about a few extra parts that we've gotten since you last saw us. We did get the axles finally. So those are here and those can go in the truck at any point. And then that's the third member right there in that box. We also set up Wings hardware store over here. In the corner of the shop, we got the mini fridge, Monster, what's up? But we got all these bolts right here, all labeled. Literally anything you'd ever need. We got 1/4 inch, 5/16, 3/8, 7/16, half, 5/8, and then all the way to 3/4. We have washers, bolts of different lengths, nylocks, normal nuts, and then we got stovers right here. So we got the whole bolt section over here. My buddy's actually making me a sign for that as well, so that's gonna be super cool once that's done. But this is big. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan got this for us as part of doing the truck for him. We don't have to go to a hardware store for a while, so that's gonna be really nice, just being able to go in the corner of the shop and have that all at our disposal. So now I will move to the inside. Before I go there, I wanna just mention that we did get the dash wrap, so this is gonna be the first time that you guys have seen this. Here we are right here. This is just a black vinyl wrap with some gray stitching in it. And everything's out of it right now. That's going to be part of today, is putting everything in there. This is where most of the time's probably going to be spent today, getting this thing ready for wiring. But I'm really happy with how the dash turned out. I think with everything in it, it's going to look even better. We will have to make these holes a little bit bigger. This is for the push to talk right here. But yeah, a lot of time's going to be spent getting this thing ready. In here we have the wiring harness as well, just to go to wiring. That's for the motor. But that's pretty much the inside. That's what we have to do in there. Out back, there's not too much. We're kind of debating if we're going to take the bedsides up there with us, because the taillights do have to get wired, but we kind of want to paint the bedsides at the same time if we're going to do the front stuff. So we're going to determine that at some point today, if we're going to take those or not. But the back of the truck's pretty much ready for wiring, not much. A lot of the time's going to be inside the truck. The plan of attack today is I'm probably going to start on the inside on the dash, just knock out the biggest part of it, and then we'll move down to probably the exhaust. We do have to get some O2 sensors, so I'll have to run up and get those, but the exhaust has to go on. And then after that, we might move on to steering if those bushings come. But that's what we're going to start in the dash. So I'm just going to start some clips right here, so hope you guys enjoy. Oh my fools, this dash is looking good. I just got a lot of this stuff in there. The rest of it's either not going in right now or it's gonna have to go in once the truck's in there. But we got our race pack, we got the buttons for the race pack in there, we got our Rockford Fosgate radio, we got the intercoms for the headsets, and here's the push to talk for the passenger, and there's the push to talk for the driver. What else do we got? We got the switch pros in here, and we got the mount for the GPS. There's 2 bolts not in here still. I had to go get some longer ones at Ace, so those are gonna have to go in still. And then that hole over there is for the another switch pros. We don't have it yet. We should be getting that soon so it can go in the dash, but that's pretty much gonna be it for the dash. It's gonna have to go in there. Up here actually, and on the sides, all the mounting holes have to get punched out. To punch everything out, I was just using this dental pick right here. I'm just poking it through really slowly from the back side and then kind of making the hole a little bit bigger. And that was kind of my technique to get those holes made for the buttons and everything else. But that's it for the dash. Now I'm gonna be moving on to the exhaust. I don't know if I'm gonna put the mufflers on there. I think I'm just gonna put the piece from the headers to the mufflers because that's what has the O2 sensor in it, and that's all that really needs to get wired. There's no point to put the rest of the exhaust on. So right now I'm gonna get those up underneath there and get those bolted in. Can't forget the ice cold soda pop. So I got the driver's side in, minus the hose clamp back here that just keeps it more secure. I'm not going to put in the passenger side right now because I want to bring one of these with me when I get the O2 sensors, just to make sure all the threads are the same. And then I might bring or take a picture of the connector on the wiring harness just to make sure everything's good. But I'm going to go and get those O2 sensors probably right now, and then we can get this side in and get those O2 sensors in themselves. Quick little update. So I just got back from O'Reilly's. I went to actually 2 different stores to try and get an O2 sensor, but no luck yet. They got one coming for us at 4:30, but we'll see if that one even works. The problem is I was looking on the harness that we got from a Turnkey, and it's a male connector, and the O2 sensors that they sell for 2000 Camaro, which is what this motor's out of, is also a male. So it's a male to male, obviously that's not going to connect. So we need an O2 sensor with the female side, and that's what we got coming, is that same connector style but the female side. I was told that the actual like cone on the O2 sensor doesn't really matter, it'll all read the same. So we're gonna get that O2 sensor. That's coming at 4:30 into the store, so I'm gonna have to go back up there and then see if the thread pitch is right into the little piece that we have, and then see if the connector's right, and if all's good, we'll get that one and bring it up to wiring tomorrow and go from there. So that O2 sensor is just kind of being a little obstacle right now, a little hiccup in today's kind of agenda, but that's to be expected when you're trying to get stuff together last minute. We should have probably thought about this a little bit sooner, but nonetheless, we're gonna probably move on to steering now until that O2 sensor arrives to that store. Christian's actually doing the steering on his truck because that thing's got to get out of the way for this thing to be able to leave, and this thing's got to go on the trailer. But he has no steering on the truck because he's doing the bushings that we're doing on this. So we do have the bushings now, those did come, so he's putting those on his truck so we can move his truck. And then we're gonna put the steering on this truck so this truck can steer, so we get this truck out tomorrow. So it's just kind of a domino effect. But yeah, we're gonna move on to steering now and then go get that O2 sensor later. So we just took a trip over here to Wings Hardware. I'm gonna get theoried out on the steering. We got the brass bushings right here, and these are the swingers right here for the truck. We're just upgrading to these, like I said before, for durability issues. We got some more bushings. These 4 are for these swingers. These 2 are for this, which is gonna be the swinger for that truck over there. So this we're not messing with right now. We're just messing with these 4 and these swingers. So we're gonna have to press those in and get those fit, and then the swingers can go back on the truck. Like I said earlier, we got the pitman arm. The old one has to come off, and then we'll put this one on, and then it's just a matter of connecting the tie rods and getting all the bolts tight, and the steering will be perfect. All right, so we're under the truck right now. Here's the old pitman right here, and here's the pitman arm puller. I've never used one of these before, but I'm assuming it's just gonna clamp around here, and then you drive this middle stud up on these threads, and it'll pull it off. So we're gonna give that a whirl and try and get this thing off right now. Alright, try it with the cheater bar. See if that helps me get some more leverage. Just some 2-inch 120 volt. I feel like we didn't make any progress there, so might have to hit it with some heat or something. Be right back. Alright, round 2 on this pitman arm. Got some heat this time. The actual bolt on this puller right here is not the best because you can't get a socket on there. You have to use a wrench because right here it's rounded on the end and then it tapers down to the bolt head, or like the actual nut that you have to go onto. So I'm gonna try hitting the pitman with some heat right on the threads and the splines in there and see if we can get this thing off.
Yeah, do you know what the goal is?
Yes.
How that thing works?
Yeah, it pulls it off the splines.
Well, you build tension on it, and then you smack the bottom of that thing once you have a bunch of tension on it with a hammer, and then it pops it off.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought it just slowly works it.
No.
Wait. Got him!
Got him!
Easy as that. Little update, the rest of that steering's together. My dad and I just got back from O'Reilly's. We ended up getting that O2 sensor, and it's going to be the right one. The connector fits, and it goes into the system all well. So that's not going to get put in right now, but the actual tubing or the exhaust will go back on the truck. The other side is in, as you saw earlier. So just get this one back up in there. And then while we were at O'Reilly's, we also got a battery. This is going to be for the winch, because get some light on the situation. Before we were using our Odyssey batteries to power the winch, but we don't want to burn these batteries up before they even get used on the truck because these are pretty expensive. So we just got a deep cycle battery to run with the winch for now. So we can get that Odyssey battery mounted back in there and not have to worry about it anymore or pull it out to use the winch. We actually have a battery just for that now. Good morning, everybody. So the truck is pretty much ready to go to wiring. I'm out here early this morning, got the winch set up on the trailer, and my dad's setting up the trailer hitch over there right now. We do have to clear out some stuff for the truck to actually get out of here, but truck wise everything should be together. Just need to wrap up a few little things on the dash, and that should be it. I went over everything, and for the most part everything's ready to go. Everything's tight, everything's not going to fall off. We're not going to lose anything on the way up there on the trailer. So right now we just need to wrap up a few more things and then get some stuff out of the way and then pull the truck out, and we're off to wiring. I haven't mentioned who's going to wire the truck yet. It's going to be ejwireworks up in Temecula, so they're going to be doing the whole truck for us. But yeah, let's get those few last things wrapped up and we'll be out of here. Alright guys, we just got down to wiring. The truck's on the trailer. We're getting ready to unload it and get it in their shop, but I just wanted to show you it real quick before we get it unloaded. Here's everything. The dash is in the truck. The whole truck's together. We had to put the bed sides on, again, because of the taillights. Those got to get wired. But this thing's pretty much ready to go. We're going to unload it and let them do their thing. I'll get back to you once we're back at the house. And we are back at the house. I know the clips from last night and this morning have had some pretty significant gaps in between them, and that's because our priority was actually getting the truck done so we could go to wiring this morning. So filming was kind of a second priority that we didn't really focus on, so I apologize for that. We'll try and be better about that in the future. But the truck is finally off to wiring, which is super rad. Eric over there at ejwireworks said it's going to be about 2 weeks to have the truck completed. So we're really excited for that moment, because soon after that we'll be able to start the truck for the first time and actually hear it, which will just give us a ton of motivation to get it just wrapped up and done. Also, I wanted to mention the new way that I was kind of filming things this video. Rather than doing just a montage of clips with slow-mos and what have you with music over it of what we were doing, I tried kind of walking you guys through it more and actually showing you the process. So if you guys like that, let me know. I think it would be a little bit more informative for you guys to see it that way, because you're not just seeing what we're doing and guessing what we're doing. You actually see what we're doing and we're telling you what we're doing. So I feel like it gives a little bit more insight for you guys, and it helps you learn a little bit more. So if you like that kind of filming, just let me know and I'll keep it that way in the future. Or if not, I can go back and just do the montage with the music and the clips like we were doing before. So just let me know, comment down below. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I know this video is already gonna be super long, so I'm just gonna cut it here and end it. I wanna thank you guys for making it to this point if you have. And if you like these kinds of videos, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.